Arefo ni etiefo ye mo bibia kwa babiem e de ba Akroma TV so na fast forward the bora ensem ma ne ye bora mu e we ye suspended Chief Justice Torkornoo na kachi mami ne ho e kire ne ye papa ensem efi na kachi ba no ano e din se say ye kase court etumi e deliver a ye shocking ruling out me se ano e din abobobo ne ensem no egu a eno so nsem ababonten na me papa nsem no mu ma ye nko na nko gya asem kire mu ne ye ntie de fi na kachi eba se obetumi nya ne position ne back ana say ye be pound no kra ma ye nko tie nsem no
Ebusia Asemaba High Court abo application the suspended Chief Justice Madam Getu Torkornoo ediko say omo hwe se de be ya committee na omo tena na sem no so on be say omo yini edi no court no enhwe se de be ya on be san so enrestaining no back and I say court no ebe san so de no aba back na ebusia meni ukase ene court ekotena asem no so na court edi the verdict eba abo nti say no eba ne saa na kyese court no ase wo bu court no animutia eba ne saa na kyese emra na court no edi so omode ye omodwuma no na kyese ebu court emra no so kura enti court no ese no ese se omoma kwan se de be ya the constitutional right no ebetumi ayedwuma enti me ene amene ukase the suspended Chief Justice Madam Getu Torkornoo applications a odi akoni na omabobobo ni nyina egu sisi ade aka a omomongu ye no eye ECOWAS de no Oko ECOWAS, no ECOWAS for enhwe see the be ya ne suspension no anase the finance and the removal no ambesan so cancel ni ade na Ghana de ne de o ma cancel ni nyina enti no de aka asisia no ye twen eye ECOWAS court no enti no Madam Getu Torkornoo baby obefe bia no kyese asem no ebotia no Madam Getu Torkornoo ono ene ye the Chief Justice Emma Ghana amramre wo krom ha nyina ono no ye pani anase ye judges on wo krom ha nyina maami we ene ye pani ono like o kase bia ye kodi asem e wo Supreme Court ne ade maami we ene betena asem no so maami ne se ne remover e koso a committee no atena se ne ade no ase ne woman right no ena ase the President John Dramani Mahama ne ye fa se committee for no ere den buru so no ba me ne ukase me se ba bi odi be fe bia emfa maka kira wo say the law is the always the law. The law is the law. Enti maami we baby odi be fe bia emfa application ne de or the bekosa ene mentumi hu so for Supreme Court ene wa ba be sia ko High Court ene sisi okọ ECOWAS Court ene sisi ne nyina abu egu aka ECOWAS Court no kwa enti ye twen se ECOWAS Court no so ebogu wi a ne ehu baby odi be kofa yaka kira mo say masa maami winga MPP for ne nkrofo mo ta maami we kira masa mo ye no yodo no munya ntoboase na se de bia committee for no eba bonte na mo de mo verdict ba bonte a ne ehu baby e eko ba de mo ye mpo de mo ye maami no nkra ba be ye hi e wo Ghana ha tuma de mo ye anase de maami we eye waya ma asese na obi ehu se no oye twentwan dodo wanga wo se no emra no eye emra no a woni se constitution no ewom se no ye betumi afa kwan bi so a ye betumi akwakodi wasese wasem enye de a ye petition wa ye betumi afa kwan bi so ne yetumi ayi wadi anase ye hwe wasem no mu na sa asem no eye papa ye be so akole back ye suspend you tenase committee no ewie a ne asanso aye de ye de very tababo nti mame we se won ti bi da entiere me no kase Mama Getu Torkornoo the suspended Chief Justice na applications odi akọ Ghana echa baby odi be kobia ye bogu baby odi be kobia ye bogu enti no news a ewo krumo no abusa me si aha no ye nya jadamu aha no information crossing make sure so be follow me no wasem page na.
And our first story, the High Court Human Rights Division has struck out suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo's application for judicial review. The court described it as an abuse of the court processes and for lack of jurisdiction. In a suit to the court, Chief Justice Torkornoo said the committee's hearings already conducted should be declared as not happened because the committee was not properly constituted. Its processes were irregular and that the committee did not give her her day in court. Shortly, we'll talk to our court correspondent. But first, let's take a listen to the Chief Justice at her very first and last news conference.
It is this total absence of compliance with all known rules of fair hearing that has caused my lawyers to file application for judicial review in the High Court to declare all the proceedings void. Because the clear danger is that through this flagrant violation of CI 47.
Gertrude Torkornoo there. We'll stay on this subject now and can share with you the journey so far up until where we are today. The CJ's concerns so far include the proceedings being held by the committee on May 15, 2025, where she says that should be declared null as they violated her rights to a fair hearing. Her other concern also include the fact that she's yet to be furnished with authenticated copies of the petitions against her. Remember, she makes this very clear at the news conference. She's asked the court to halt the removal processes, declare that the committee is not properly constituted, and also order caution all proceedings of the committee so far. Also, there you have it, the concern she's raised, what she wants from the court today. We know the court has thrown out the matter. The court says that it lacks jurisdiction, but also said it constitutes an abuse of court or judicial process. John,
open to speak to private legal practitioner Martin Pebu. He is thankfully joined us on the telephone line right now. Hopefully his connection is better. Counsel, I appreciate you speaking to us. That's the verdict of the court, dismissing outrightly the review as being sought by the Chief Justice. They make an interesting argument that the matters in which she's brought before the High Court, amongst many other things, suspending before another court. Is that justifiable enough reason to have dismissed the case, considering there's a school of thought that you can be seeking an appeal?
Where any sema if ye chief suspended Chief Justice Torkornoo nakachi eba bonti and also what tibi and seven egusa ebo my entry so na
of a decision whilst you also apply for a judicial review.
Great. Yes. You can be appealing a decision and also applying for judicial review. That's correct. It's a legal principle that's well known to lawyers. Okay. Yes. But in this particular case, what you find is that what the court, from the report that you give, it says the court says an abuse and they have no jurisdiction. Now, if we say she's appealing, I'm not altogether clear where she's appealing, because the matters that were before the Supreme Court, yes, the substantive matters are pending. So maybe the other way to put it is that some of these matters are indirectly pending. You know, she has the ECOWAS court case.
Right.
But that one is outside Ghana.
Of the country's jurisdiction.
So, but you know, the High Court usually, that's how come usually will be safer to see the detailed reasons of the court. So that if the court meant the ECOWAS court, okay, then that means that the Ghanaian courts take the decision that if you go to ECOWAS, they will listen.
Right.
But you know, for the ECOWAS court, they have the principle that if your case is pending in the domestic court, you can still come to them and they will listen.
Yes.
But if our Ghanaian court is saying no for them, if you go to ECOWAS, don't come here, okay, that means that we are shaping a different jurisprudence for our internal consumption. Okay, so let's get the detailed reasons and then see that is really within.
Right.
Because you see, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you. Perhaps you make that point, then I'll come in.
Okay. Yes, because you see, our courts, yes, want to maximize the use of resources. You know, we don't have much resources to go around. So if the court finds that, look, these matters you are complaining about, they are also before the ECOWAS court, and so the court doesn't have any appetite to deal with it, it's fine. But the court also makes the case that there is no jurisdiction at all. That is the one that we have to explore to see. Meaning that the court says that all issues like this should deal with the Supreme Court. So like I said, that's new learning. Because ordinarily, a lot of us thought that the High Court can go into these matters. But if the court takes
ahanam de kasebo na ebesi wetu comment section na wo so a kire wadwen am nyabra msumutumi akenkan e de ama makra mu